Is that your Get Hard song?
No, that was me trying to match up the music we use to do bad movie reviews with what the music is.
I know, he's a dumb. I know, it's really sad. Oh, hey, hi.
Welcome to My Dog and Ross Making Out, also known as a bad movie review.
La da da.
We just got back from seeing Get Hard.
And we got hard.
You got hard.
Well, I always get hard.
Don't speak for both of us.
This movie got a 29% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it is not good.
When I first saw billboards for this movie, I was like, awesome, Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell, two of my favorite current comedians, and then it got a 29% Rotten Tomatoes score.
When I saw the billboard, I was like, here is another stereotypical formulaic comedy that even though they have really funny people, it will not be funny.
I was so excited to see Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell in a movie together. But this movie was not formulaic in that sense. Like, I thought it was gonna be like a popcorn flick that didn't say anything, but it said a lot about class in America and rich and poor and like racial backgrounds. That was like that was the main thing. I didn't know this film would be about that.
Can I quote you when you just said that?
Yes, because I'm so brilliant.
No, just because I don't have enough quotes on my Facebook page.
Do they still have quotes on Facebook?
I think so. Mine are like decade old. I don't even know what they say.
Mine are like songs from the 90s or something. We had two people tell us to see Get Hard. Control, you said you love when we do your suggestions, so we did it again. And Josh Clinch. Thank you guys for telling us to see it.
Yeah.
I don't even want to ask this question, but how is the acting?
Meh. That's the same answer most of the time.
I want to be done with asking and answering the question of how is this movie, because every bad movie review we see is the exact same.
Will Ferrell was over the top, very silly, but most of his stuff is, but it's even more silly. I don't think there was an honest thing that ever happened.
I think there was an honest thing with Kevin Hart, but he was over the top and very silly as well.
You know, it's a bad movie, but it's mindless entertainment that people love seeing.
Who is in this movie?
Kevin Hart.
Mr. Will Ferrell.
Alison Brie.
So hot.
Oh yeah.
Craig T. Nelson. T.I.
He's a rapper. I think he's a good actor.
I actually thought he was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought he was good.
And my favorite artist of all time, John Mayer. I love John Mayer.
You would.
You don't like John Mayer, do you?
He's okay. Noah,
yes.
What do you think this story was about?
What do I think it was about, or what was it about? I was there. I saw it. I don't remember. See what I did there? I flipped it.
You flipped it.
It's comedy. High five. Yes. You don't want to see this movie, maybe you do, if so, spoiler alert. Will Ferrell's a really rich businessman. Kevin Hart is a low-life poor man with a family.
He's not poor, he just happens to live in Compton. He is a young entrepreneur with the f***ing Bubbles car wash.
He's poor. There's rich, middle class, and poor. Which one does he fall
He was on
into?
the cusp.
You are an idiot.
He was on the cusp of being middle class.
No, he was not. The whole point of the movie was Will Ferrell is rich and he is poor, and the class differentiation. Continue. Will Ferrell has the life. He has the really hot fiance who's obviously a gold digger, whose dad is the CEO of his company, makes Will Ferrell partner that morning, and then Will Ferrell gets arrested for lying about all the stock exchanges and gets 30 days before he goes to jail.
Will Ferrell makes an assumption that Kevin Hart, since he's black, went to jail, so he hires Kevin Hart to teach him how to get hard so he can survive in jail for 10 years, which is his sentence.
And Kevin Hart decides to take the job because he needs $30,000 for his family to buy a new home that he's trying to move into. So Craig T. Nelson, who is Will Ferrell's soon-to-be father-in-law, starts investigating what to do to get Will Ferrell off. But you find out the big twist of the movie is that he's behind it and he was the one embezzling money and he used Will Ferrell as the fall guy. It's about them, I guess, becoming friends, and then in the end, Kevin Hart realizes he's actually innocent and finds a way to investigate more, and they realize it was his father-in-law, or soon-to-be father-in-law, and they catch him, and everything's fucking fairy tales and roses except Will Ferrell has an unmarked gun, so then he actually does end up going to prison for 60 days, and he gets off. Then he gives all the money that he still has to Kevin Hart to open his big car wash company, which in California is a bad idea because we're in a crazy bad drought right now. Did you think this movie was funny?
there were parts that were funny.
As a whole, do you think it was funny?
Yeah, it was okay. I would never see it again.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another bad movie review. Hope you enjoyed it.
We said we weren't gonna do a bad movie review, but apparently we changed our minds.
Yeah, we don't really know what we're doing. Hey, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out eventually, so don't trust what we say.
But trust everything we say.
That makes sense. So subscribe, watch videos, look at us more because we look so good.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter and like us on Facebook. And we'll see you next week for another sketch.
Woo! Yeah! Bit of energy!